I'm Lisa Leong from This Working Life, and in this video I'm learning about ways to nail the workday without getting nailed to the desk. So we've looked a little bit about what people do for their morning routines, but now it's time to take a sneak peek into people's daily routines. And I'm truly fascinated in this because I just get chained to the laptop, especially with the video conferencing calls. So I want to find out a little bit more about how to actually manage my day. Maybe it's a conditioning thing where I turn into a different person and it's just robot Lisa. I just got to power through this, get through this, and maybe I need to infuse a bit more joy in that. So maybe that's the secret sauce here. But certainly I have not nailed the workday by any stretch.
So what I do with my lunchtime ritual, it's nowhere near as sophisticated as the morning one. But basically I set an alarm so the alarm goes off and I have to get up and I go for a walk. And the other thing that I've been really intentional in is sitting at the bench in the kitchen and having lunch, not sitting in front of my computer with my food. And so just creating the space for like conscious eating, where I'm actually enjoying my food, not trying to wolf it down while I'm doing 20 other things.
And when I sent you an email, I got a response back just saying, I might not respond to you, I'm paraphrasing, I might not respond to your email right now because, I practice deep work in segments of the day. So tell me about the rest of your day and what you've been doing to divide it up.
I'm not perfect, but I'm pretty good. I don't check my email or try not to check my email now until 9 o'clock in the morning. So I've deleted, I don't have mail app on my phone unless I'm traveling. So no email before 9 o'clock. I have scheduled times in the day to check email and they're only half an hour slots and there's only 2 of them. And that has been a game changer. So I fundamentally believe that email is someone else's to-do list. And it's just noise. Like it takes you away from the intent. It takes you away from the intentional things you want to do. No one goes, you know what, today I intend to spend 2 hours in email because that's going to set me up for my best day.
It does definitely make the world a little bit blurrier as to what's day and what's night, because you're in a continuous cycle, whereas other people are in a linear. They go from here, stop, go, and you're like, I'm continuously on.
Well, what happens during the day then, Fred? Let's say you're sort of feeling, wow, I'm just drowsy right now. Do you have a little bunker or something where you are? Because you're in the office right now, right?
There's actually a little blog page in our internal of photos of me sleeping in the offices all around the world, just to get a quick little reboot in so that I can carry on. I've got a little couch actually right next to me here. This is in the energy zone. That's a good one. I didn't think I went and, I'm going to go and segment sleep. I just kind of started because I just couldn't, my mind was active and I kind of played the flow. So if I'm awake and I'm purposeful and I'm active and motivated and ready and lent in, I just go. But you don't get, like, life doesn't just go in magic flow. Or for me, I just, it comes and then I'm like, I'm going to play it.
How long's your nap for generally, or does it usually take a certain duration, Fred?
Depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes it's just, you get the head nods and then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go. I might go to the bathroom and just sit with my hands in my head, my hands, and sort of grind, I don't know, it might be 10 minutes and then just wake up and I'm like, that's all I needed. And now I'm good again. When I'm not in flow on point, I try and I seek that and I understand that. And I just, in those moments, I tend to listen to myself and go, how am I feeling? And I kind of reconfigure and go, what's not working for me? What is working for me? And then, trying to reboot that.
There's 2 different types of tasks you're going to be performing all day. There's high value tasks and there's low value tasks. So a high value task is a task at your skill level, which is revenue generating or cost reducing. A low value task is a task below your skill level and which is going to be cost generating. So perhaps administration or spending too much time on social media, meetings that don't require you or your time or your expertise. Meetings are a classic. People have them, as a default 30 minutes and 60 minutes just because that's what your calendar says. Change it up, have a 10-minute meeting. Meetings aren't for spectators, just invite the decision makers. So in terms of someone sort of saying, look, I need your time tomorrow morning for this meeting, get a sense, ask them to send you an agenda and have a look and see, well, is this a high value use of my time or is it low value? And if it's high value, then I might be prepared to reprioritize and put that into my best thinking time in the morning, because I'm going to get, and my team and my business or my my company is going to get maximum value. But if it's low value, then you have to have that discipline to push back and say, no, but here's when I can do it. And then you want to batch your low value tasks into a low energy period of your day.
I want to go to something which I'm calling your hot tip because it involves your oven.
Oh,
You like that?
Oh, you've got it, babe.
Can you talk us through this little hot tip for us?
Yeah, look, particularly for those who are still working from home, or the large proportion of us who are now in a position where we're negotiating with our employers to say we want to work from home at least some of the time. When we batch, the idea is to work in a really focused, intense way for a period of time where you're kind of working against the clock, you're getting rid of all the white noise, and you're very, very focused. But we can't work like that for long, sustained periods of time. So around 45 to 55 minutes works for most people. So what I would encourage you to do is set a timer so that if I've got an email batch of 45 minutes, I'm going to set the timer and I'm going to focus on that email batch. When the timer goes off, I'm going to have a 10-15-minute break. The best timer to set at home is not your phone or not your computer or not your watch, it's your oven timer. Because that involves, my hot tip, that involves you having to kind of down tools. I've got to get up, I've got to get away from my desk, I've got to go turn that baby off because, honestly, is there a more annoying noise on earth than an oven timer? And that is an enforced break. So the timer's gone off, I'll reset it for say 15 minutes and I will do something else. I'll stretch or I'll do some of my jigsaw puzzle or I'll sit in the sun or I'll have a cup of tea. Completely switch off, and then when the timer goes off, reset it, come back and work on your next batch.
Thanks for coming along for the ride. Next up, how to wind down after work. Don't forget to subscribe to the ABC Australia YouTube channel below and follow the podcast link for even more This Working Life. Until then, keep working.